this video is pretty much how I start all the Mustangs. Just add a little bit of pressure, and then when they look at me, give me two eyes. Do something to show me they're trying to pay attention to me. Then I will release the pressure. So I had been working with him for a little bit at this point. I was not making him run around. Him sweating is pretty much just him using the thinking side of his brain. So introducing the whip and then releasing when he looks at me. The reason I use the whip over my hand is I don't 100% know this horse yet. That hole, I had a burrow. Pretty much just stand in that corner and dig and dig and dig. I need to fill it in. I just haven't yet. But the reason I use the long lunge line whip is just for my safety. I don't know this horse yet. He doesn't really know me. I've had horses rear up and strike. I've had him bite and come after me. So it just gives me some space to get away until I kind of figure out how this horse is going to react. So it's just safer, and it gives them a little bit more confidence. I can touch them and my body's not so close to them, so it's a little bit easier to work that way. So this is the next day, and he was a lot more comfortable with me touching his face, approaching him. So we worked on that for a little bit, and I started introducing the halter. I like to just throw it all over him. He's really checking me out, so I'm cautiously letting him check me out. I still don't really quite know him yet. He has not tried to bite. He has not tried to strike. Hey, quit. So I wanted to leave that on so you guys could hear my correction. He had been going after flies and mosquitoes and whatnot, so I let him paw for a second, and then he started to get a little bit more aggressive with it. I think just being irritated that I was standing so close to him and not going away. So I yelled at him, and then I yelled at him a little louder to knock it off. With a normal broke horse, I probably would have been a lot harsher right off the bat and not let him even lift a leg up. But we're still trying to get that trust boundary, so I did not want to correct him too hard and have him scared and kind of start over again with everything. So with this haltering, I put it on, I take it off, I throw it all over them. Just really let them, get used to it and get comfortable with it. I had taken it on and off a couple times at this point, so I did go ahead and tie it, and then started to play around with taking the tag off. This guy actually has an adopter, so I'm going to let the adopter take the tag off. So before I start petting him, brushing him, trying to pick up his feet, I want to see how he's going to react to the flag. I want to see if he's going to go after it, run away, turn and bite, whatever. I want to see what his natural reaction is. So one, I can be prepared for it, and two, I can hopefully desensitize him enough to this where he's going to be okay with me walking up, petting, and touching him. And you can see I am not shy about getting up and personal. I want to make it as uncomfortable as possible and see truly how this horse is going to react when I go to uncomfortable places. And he's actually handling it pretty well. I touched his opposite hind leg, and he's pretty nervous of that, but he's not doing much about it, which I love. This guy was a very reactive horse from the beginning. You go in his pen and he runs around and basically loses his mind with just me being in the same pen with him. So in just a couple days of maybe an hour and a half of work a day, he has come leaps and bounds. I think this is day 3 or 4 working with him. I think it's day 3. And I am just starting to work on picking up his front legs. So if he's backed into his favorite little corner, I can pick up both front legs. I have not held them up yet or done anything with them, just literally picking them up off the ground. So with this, I want him to stand off of the fence and out of his favorite little comfort zone and get used to me on his right side. He's a lot more comfortable with me on his left side. So I'm going to work more on his right side. So I'm just getting comfortable with him, letting him get used to me, let him check me out. And then I'll start working down to pick up his front leg. And this is all the same pressure and release stuff that I was doing at the beginning of the video, except instead of it being with a lunge line, it's with my hand and body. So I'm just gonna move my hand down, keep periodically looking at him to see, kind of what he's doing, what his facial expressions are. And I'm going to try and get lower and lower each time I pet him, touch all around, make sure that he's really comfortable with me touching the inside of his leg, the back of his leg, everything. He's kind of looking to check me out. I'm going to go a little farther down and then come up and release the pressure. And he's still, kind of checking me out, not loving it, but kind of letting it happen. A little nervous. I'm going to just put him right back in the same spot that he was before and then get right back down to trying to pick his leg up. With him being off of the fence, I don't think was quite ready for it, so I think I start using the lead rope. I put the lead rope around his leg and pick it up with the lead rope first, and then I'll go back and pick it up with my hand, just so it's not so much pressure of me down there trying to pick up his leg. Farther away, so it makes him feel a little bit more comfortable. And then once he gets better at that, then we'll work on my hand picking it up. I am going to go ahead and speed the video up so you guys can still see what I'm doing with working on picking up his front feet, but you're not watching a slow video.